Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and envies of all ages, I've just scared the shit out of Amy because we're back for episode 3! Hello, Amy. How are you? Sorry, I just scared you. Probably should have told you I was doing this.
I didn't. Do you know what? I should expect it from you, but I don't. I never do. I always get caught off guard by you.
Welcome.
But it's exciting. Hello.
Welcome.
I'm excited.
Welcome to Brian's Mind Palace. For everyone who is unaware and uninitiated, this is episode 3. We have done 2 before with the lovely Jonathan and lovely David. Now we have the lovely Amy. And Jansen, thank you for showing up. Your fees in the mail and your package is in my mind.
Mine too.
What we're doing today is a very, very rough version of Dungeons and Dragons. Amy, do you know what a dungeon and a dragon is?
I know what a dungeon is, and I know what a dragon is.
Dungeons & Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game, typically of a phantasmagorical nature, but I have taken that concept and absolutely ruined it by making this single-player, because we all know single-player games are the best, especially when you don't have friends. I'm not talking from experience. But it has nothing.
It is always more fun to play with yourself.
This has nothing to do with me because, Amy, today you're going to be doing all the playing. This is your story to tell exactly the way you want, and the only thing that's going to interrupt it is my strange thoughts and the rolling of a digital dice. Do you have your digital dice?
Me digital dice.
Our digital dice will be employed in 2 ways. Number 1, we will use it for a success and fail roll, which will become evident as we speak, and also used for an intensity check. So, Amy, can you make the first intensity check, please?
Our intensity check is a 19.
A 19! I'm so excited I could explode, and maybe I will. But I don't have to do anything because now you're going to tell us, where does our story begin, and of whom are we telling this story about?
The story begins at a bus station in Iowa, Davenport, Iowa, to be exact. And stepping out of the bus is our heroine of our tale today, Myra Hopkins. A very shy, very timid young woman who seems to hold the weight of the world on her shoulders, harboring a deep, dark secret of why she's ended up in Davenport, Iowa. And I don't think it's for the potatoes.
It's just a Slipknot fan. So,
What's the corn?
Myra has stepped out of the bus. Does she have a very specific type of garb in mind? What's she wearing?
I think at this point she kind of left in a hurry. So she has literally got a backpack, a light jacket. It's I would imagine this was April 25th of when she was on it, so it is like the perfect date where all she needs is a light jacket. It's not too warm, it's not too cold. Comforts. So she's rocking the jeans, the Vans, and the jacket. That's it. With a backpack.
Is she a practical lady?
She is. She's smart. She's got a smart head on her shoulders, so she knows what she's got.
Okay. So stepping out of the bus, can you make an intensity check, please?
We've got a 7.
A secret's just something that people hold beyond any recognition of anyone. A secret that she holds, that she is aware of.
Yes.
In control of, because it still remains a secret to her. Is Myra looking to go anywhere specifically, or is she just going where the wind takes her?
She is on her way to an old farmhouse where her grandmother lives.
Okay.
Out in the kind of outskirts of the city limits. If I can recall from my time of looking at a map of Davenport, it is quite farmish, I think. So they'd be kind of spread out.
Well, it is now. Is this Granny Hopkins? Nana Hopkins?
Nana Hopkins, yeah.
Nana Hopkins. Nana Hopkins, or Nene, as I shall be referring to her.
Nay, nay.
Um, Nene, yes, yes, no, no, Nene. Well, hey, is is Myra walking through the? Is she single-minded in her mission to go see Nene, or is she
Single-minded. She is a woman on a mission, head down, gripping the backpack as she is walking through the little town that she's landed in.
having stepped off the bus and strolling very single-mindedly now through Davenport, Iowa? She stands at a crosswalk, ready to make her kind of final step away from the town and make that final trek to her nana's house. Could you make a success or failure roll for me? A failure being above 10, a failure being below 10, and a success being above 10.
She successfully crossed the road with a
Ooh,
16.
very good. A woman, not on a mission, but singularly minded. Is there something in where she is going to and whom she is going to speak to? Does that lead to anything about this secret, or is she
It
looking to?
does.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
is she
So she is basically going to the only person in the world who probably won't judge her for this deep, dark secret that she holds.
strolling, moving, singly minded, relatively, without any undue break of her way? She finds herself standing at the gate of Nene Hopkins's home. Can you make an intensity check for me, please?
The 14.
Whether it be the rush of the way she was walking or the rush of memories, do you think Myra is recalling fond memories of where she is right now?
Very fond memories.
Okay, so a rush of delight, of childhood, whimsy, care, and possibly some lovely apple pie on a windowsill. As much and as pure a moment she could ever have is now being tainted by what she carries within her. And we're not talking about the bag on her back, we're talking about what she holds within herself. And she walks up to the door and knocks. Can you make a success or fail roll to determine what happens next?
An 8.
Failure.
Nene's not home.
Usually, that door wouldn't have been able to be knocked upon because Nene would have been ready, barreling briskly, bountifully down that garden path, and an embrace would have been met. So now, can you make an intensity check for me?
The 3.
Of course, she's not at the front door. This April, we know where Nene is. She's gonna be out on the back patio. No problem. This is fine. Myra walking now around the outside of the house. Can you make a success or failure roll for me, please?
Another 3. I don't
Nene.
like my dice.
Nene is not on the patio. What do you think Myra would do?
So Nene's not around. Myra's thinking, where could she be if she's not at home?
Well, we can definitely find out if she's at home if you roll the dice. We'll be looking
Scared
for
now.
looking for a success or failure. There's success. She's at
We've
home.
got a 20.
She is
Success.
without question. And for those who know Dungeons and Dragons, that's a natural 20 is the highest roll you can achieve on the dice. So not only is she home, she's shouting out the back window, "Honey, come! Honey, come!" Like, you have the option now, if you so choose, to walk through the back door and find your way through the house up to Nene? Or what would you like to do? Would you like to talk to her from here? Or would you like to enter the home?
We're gonna go in. We're gonna go
Okay.
in because Myra needs a hug from Nene.
Can can you make a success or failure roll for me, please?
So I'm going to. I got this.
A. The audio has failed us.
With the six, can you hear me now?
Six. There we go. A
There we go.
six. Okay. With the rush and joy and a little bit of confusion and excitement to finally be in her grandmother's home, Myra barrels up the stairs and just as she reaches for Nene, she just completely misses. She oversteps. She overestimates her step. And can you make an intensity check for me, please?
But do we want to see how hard I'm gonna hit the deck, is it?
If you do, the
Oh, it's a
intensity.
10.
Okay. Little heart drops like, oh, there's not an extra step there. And you are caught lovingly. And what I can only imagine is that just an absolute hirsute, rounded, loving grandmother, like if a snow woman was a person, just fully embracing and holding on, going, what do Iowa people sound like?
I have no idea. Seth
I'm
Rollins
going.
is what they sound
I'm.
like.
I'm not making them saffrons. Yeah, she's not the Wicked Witch of the West Side. That's fine. I'll go for a nice generic voice then. Hi, hi, dear. Just come on. Hug. You're, you're not hugging me as tight as you. Come on, give me that squeeze. Come on. Ah, that's all the love I needed. That's so good. How was your trip? Was it good? At which point you don't need to play the dialogue game. You can tell us the reaction that Myra has had if you don't wish to embody the character.
Because I haven't done voices in a while.
You,
So I'm gonna hold off on doing
she
the voices.
just she says she feels fine. She responds in a
So
way. Whatever you feel happens.
she
How was your
at the
trip?
embrace at the joyful reunion that she has with her grandmother, all of a sudden it's tainted slightly by the realization of why Myra has come back at this, and it is more or less a case of just looking at her grandmother and being like, they know, they found out, everyone knows.
Can you make a success or failure roll to determine that?
It is a 10.
It's completely even. A secret is what a secret is a secret, and it has remained so. An entirely neutral response to the world around Myra, but within herself, feeling the dread. Can you make an intensity check to determine Nene's response during this hug?
The 12.
Now, now, and she's searching around Myra, just like it's like she's patting her down for a wire. She's like, hmm. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel something. I can feel. Hmm. Just squeezing, like right on the sides here. Yep, there it is. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. You need tea, and I need to find out what's going on. The two of them go down to the kitchen, a place for Myra filled with so many memories and fixing of scraped knees and embarrassing tales of local children that she may or may not have bet up or been bet up by. But Nene knows all. And she could feel it in the hug that there's something not quite right. So can you make an intensity check for me, please?
17.
Now, I'm not gonna bush around. I'm not gonna bush around and mix up and you're just gonna have to sit down there and you're gonna have to tell me exactly why my hug wasn't exactly the way I'd like it.
I
Would
can't
she
tell you.
would Myra shy away from providing an answer? Is she going to try and subvert and try and
No.
cajole? She going to just
Myra has been living with this secret since she left the cute little hometown to live in the big city. So she's gonna have to she's gonna come clean to Nana.
okay.
Nana. Nana.
Oh,
Nay
you
nay. Nay nay. That's what it was. I was like,
it,
Nana.
it's whatever you want it to be. This is your story. It
Gam
could
gam.
it could be it could be William J. Humperdinck if you so wish. Um. So
Here,
do
here.
you know what this secret is, or
Oh, we
is
know
it
what the secret is. And this secret is probably is gonna hurt Nene
okay?
because
Uh,
it is something that Nene installed in Myra since
is
she was a child,
our
only for her to lose her way when she moved to the big city.
um Nene is pottering around, fussing and grabbing and getting a tea and various biscuits and food and a coot. Just she's grandmothering. She's grandmothering at the highest level that anyone has ever grandmothered. And what is the secret that Moira would reveal, of which we will roll intensity after it is revealed?
Myra has to come clean to her grandmother that since she's lived in the city, every single baked good has been store-bought and not made.
Okay, okay. I must absolutely roll an intensity check for me. You know what? I'm going to employ a Dungeons and Dragons trope that you will now be rolling this with disadvantage. So you will roll twice, and you must take the most intense roll, the higher roll.
Okay. So our first roll is an 8
Okay,
and our second roll is a 5. So we'll
okay.
have to go with the 8.
Um, okay. Nene doesn't stop. She keeps going, but as Myra has said this, there was just a slight hitch in her shoulder, but she keeps moving and she places all of the freshly baked goods down. Goes, now I could tell. I was hugging and I was squeezing and I could just feel, I could feel. Now, honey, I know, you're a busy woman. You're successful. We're all so proud of you. But what, what I need to know is, have you just not tried to find a nice bakery?
Not even a nice bakery, but good. It is chain store brand.
But nah, what I want, what is it? You're living in the big city. There has to be at least like one person that would be able to bake some type of pie or a muffin or something. Like, is there?
No,
Do you just not have them? Do they not have an app for that?
no,
I could have sworn that you had an Apple Pie phone. Is that not what that is?
no. In fact, they look down on people who bring their home cooked stuff.
Well, I knew. I knew that when you moved away, that a little bit of a little bit of me was supposed to remain with you, and I thought I thought that maybe you would have continued my recipes, but it's fine. I understand that maybe that's just not where your heart sings. But tell me, you do all your work, and it's such busy work, and it's such a big and important company. But can you tell me that do you have your hobbies? Do you do anything What puts a little what puts a little smile on my little Myra's face? Now come on.
He no longer partakes in any of the hobbies that her grandmother taught her, which would have been anything kind of like using her hands. Instead, Myra spends her afternoons and her evenings after work with store-bought cookies and baked goods while scrolling through TikTok,
Um,
downing a can of Red Bull instead of unsweetened sweet tea.
okay. Um, can you make an intensity check for what Myra would have had on her For You page?
It is a 13.
General memery, current events, slogans, dances.
AI stories of
Typical,
Am I the Asshole?
typical TikTok fare. But um, would Myra show? Would she volunteer the of what she partakes in? Would she show her the phone?
She would do so not fully willingly because she knows that one of her friends has destroyed her algorithm, who we won't name names, Aaron. So she's a bit apprehensive about showing her grandmother, but she
Okay.
knows she has to.
So can you make while Myra knows if she shies away from showing her grandmother, she will then be forced to show her anyway in the sweetest way possible. She knows she's absolutely caught out here and now has to do one of the most harrowing things, which is show an older person how to use technology. Handing the phone over to Nene. Can you make a success or failure roll for me, please?
It's a very successful 20.
Nene, you didn't even show her your password and she's in already. She's swiping. She's like saving. She's sharing. She's like double tapping. She knows all these things. You're like, oh, honey, it's fine. And by the way, I do approve. She's swiping. She's like, nah, your one doesn't have. Yeah, I thought we all were looking at the same internets. Why does your internets not have the lumberjacks that I have? Would would Myra be willing to go to her alternative account? Would Myra slip into the raunchier realms of of this particular?
Considering considering how well our dear Nene was able to get into her phone, something tells me she'll have found her way into the For You section and no longer on the front page.
Now, we're only talking about Myra here, okay?
Mhm.
But if there happened to be a particular physical embodiment of a lure that Myra would see and would be recommended to her algorithmically, what form of human would appear on the bluer side of this media application? Because Nene
Someone,
likes herself a lumberjack, so.
someone wearing a mask would pop up on Myra's based on the algorithm
Mm,
of how it's been tainted by her friends.
mm.
Shares.
Are we talking luchador, plague doctor? What type of?
No, it's a serial killer, movie masked people,
Okay,
specifically a ghost faced mask.
Okay. Just the mask.
Um, it's also cargo pants.
Two of the most horrific things you could ever think of. A serial killer in jorts.
They're
So now,
long cargo pants with a belt.
ooh, now is Nene's flicking through and she's like, I wonder if that's real leather. Hmm. Nene's just flicking through the app. She goes, okay, okay, I understand. Now, you've come here to tell me that you don't have no freshly baked treats. Now, honey, I know I'm old, but is that all you're here to tell me, or are you just here for a happy visit? What exactly has brought you back home?
So, what has brought Myra back is she has very much become um not desensitized. What's the word I'm thinking of? Demoralized of living in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels that she's lost herself. She doesn't like her lawyer fiance, as
Okay.
a la Hallmark. And she basically wants to get back to her roots, to be able to bake properly again in order to take part in the county fair that will be happening to win first prize for Nene to show that she can still do it, but
Okay.
she doesn't believe in herself.
Um, we see a montage of Myra and Nene working away to some absolutely beautiful music, just absolute ripped off 100%. Just nothing absolutely sure what is happening, but you can be guaranteed that the modern pop of the day is now being played with harps and a for some reason the harp version of Fat Bottom Girls by Queen starts playing while Nele starts shaking her rump with her apron and flour, and you see image of rolling pins and fondants and shapes, and just as as everything starts to culminate, the two women are standing now at the oven, and a warm glow symbolic of the love they share together. What are they baking? Say again? Okay. Rhubarb tart. Surprisingly, um, a name that Nene kind of looks at when you when Myra picked out that recipe from the book. Like, huh? Kind of catch Nene, kind of looking at it like, oh, okay. Must be your favorite. Must be something. Huh? A glint in her eye as she reads rhubarb tart, and taking the taking the delicate and wonderfully homemade extra ingredient of love and care placed now on the counter. Nene goes, now, as much as I want you to be able to do your very best, honey, I just, we all know a pie's just a pie, but how we wrap it up, that's gonna be that little extra that we're going to put on this thing to make sure that we win big at the county fair. So what I want you to do is to go down to the local grocers. You remember Old Hickory's grocers. You go down there and you pick me up just the nicest bits of ribbon maybe, just maybe, you might be able to find that little bit of extra that you've been missing. So you go on now, and I'll make sure everything is just right as rain when you come back, and we're gonna have ourselves a good old fashioned tasting. Okay?
Mhm.
Would is Myra happy to acquiesce to go back into the town?
Yeah, we're gonna head into town.
So as Myra walks, goes back into the town, we see a younger Myra walking in the same space that she's walking. Every reflection Myra sees, she sees that younger, purer version of herself. She is literally walking back to herself. The same old town with the same old rickety street lights, and everything is just starting to feel more familiar. And as she opens the door to Hickory's Grocers, you hear the very familiar ring ring. Myra blissfully walking through the aisles and hearing whispers of memories of herself playing in the town, being chased around, being told what not to do, the scamp that she is, never fully getting in trouble with Nene, but they put on a face for the
Mhm.
neighbours. And Myra spots a familiar face behind the counter as she places the ribbon and a Red Bull on the counter. And she looks up and sees all 7 feet tall, 200 pounds of what she can only determine is pure, uncut American beef, a flannel shirt gripping onto limbs that seem to contain more strength than a grocer should ever contain. And she's done seen someone she's not seen in a very long time. And now, gravelly, weathered, and slightly stubbled chin peeks up and goes, "Well, as I live and breathe, Myra, I can't believe that you have finally decided to pay me back." Hmm. So it's an old friend of Myra's, and in typical Hallmark fashion, the boy she palled around with, the boy that she bullied, is now become a man. I don't know why, but I think the name Jensen rings a bell.
I I don't know what put that into your head at all. I have no idea why that name or that face or that description would come to you.
I don't know, it's just the art of storytelling, I suppose.
Yeah, it's
Um,
amazing.
can you make an intensity check for me, please?
I'm scared too. What's a 16?
Heart fluttering, a little bit of blush starting to rise in Myra's cheeks. Well, he did grow big and strong, didn't he? Would Myra allow a glint in her own eye, or would she keep herself?
Oh no, she's a puddle.
Yeah.
She is a puddle on the floor.
So she reaches out, and as she looks up, and Jensen says, "Well, you finally gonna pay me back what you owe me." And Myra knocks over the Red Bull, and as she stoops down, a strong, weathered but familiar hand takes her hand in his. The two of them kneeling now in front of the counter. Jensen looks deep into Myra's eyes and goes, are you ever going to pay me back for that bike you stole? Without choking, how do you think Myra would respond?
What about huh? Huh?
Yeah.
No words.
So,
It is as if not only has the cat got her tongue, it's
mm,
run off with it.
um, is Myra wearing her engagement ring?
No.
Can you make a success or failure roll for me?
It is a 13
There's a slight indentation and a little,
line.
little tan line on Myra's finger, and Jensen kind of looks. Goes, okay. I'll tell you what, we'll call this Red Bull and ribbon. Bacon and pie. We'll call this a down payment if you allow me the honor of a dance at the county fair.
Mm.
Tell you what, you take that pink ribbon and you take it home to Nene, and you tell her that both of you will see me wearing the same pink ribbon. And you come looking for me, okay? You know what? This is on me. Both of you stand up. And he pushes the Red Bull and the ribbon to her chest. And then you hear from behind, God damn it! Fuck! Crash, bang, wallop, cans, and oh, fuck. Mm, looks like I go clean up another mess, huh? I'll see you at the fair. He walks off. What would Myra like to do now?
Would what she would continue to kind of walk out, but there's a constant kind of over the head looking,
Mm-hmm.
but also banging into stuff, but not knocking it over though, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of just like bumping into something as and
yeah,
then just getting
yeah,
very flustered before she finally finds the door and is able to run home.
yeah. Okay. Um, can you make a success or failure roll for me?
God, if this is a fit, oh, it's a 19.
That's successful. I was making sure Myra wasn't gonna skin her knee again.
Oh,
Um,
I was expecting her to fucking walk into the window.
in the same way, Myra walked into town and seemingly was brought back memories of herself, nearly seeing herself in shop windows. She now finds herself nearly running side by side with an image of herself. Not only has she found herself, she has definitely found exactly what she's been missing. It just happened to be 7 feet tall and barely contained in that flannel shirt. And walking in the door, Nene, actually like fully blasting Queen now, without question. Actually, just like head banging to Bohemian Rhapsody. Um, and she just takes one look at you and goes, yeah, I know. He's too young for me. That wily, that wily old bitch knew exactly what she was doing, at what time she was sending you there at, and to get exactly what you got. She goes, I think he'll look good with pink. How did, what? Resting up and getting back to her roots, back to a bit of gardening, back to a bit of fixing around the house. Nene is. She's not a spring chicken, but she's no dying rooster either. You see people coming to the house, looking for advice, looking to fix patches, looking to just. This is the house that you remember. There was always bodies, there was always people. And though, there's, how big is Myra's family? Is it just Myra? Is there connection of parents? Is there siblings?
So there would be Nana Hopkins would have had four kids, three boys and a girl. So there would be handfuls of cousins. So it would be a big family, but they're spread out. So they'd be spread out in the town, so to speak.
So now,
Uh, Myra would,
yeah, now that she's
Myra
back,
would, yeah.
she's reconnecting. She's playing old games, hitting up all the haunts, just fully reliving all over again. But now with her own broader stance and more pride in her now, thinking of what she has to go back to, who she has to go back to. Do you did Myra leave the city and away from her fiance in secret? How did she leave? What was the last thing she had said to her fiance?
There's an so the last thing they would have been an argument over over his parents kind of taking over planning of the wedding. Everything had to be certain people would have had to have been invited, and people that she would want weren't making the guest list because they weren't seen as uh um too lower class,
Okay.
let's say.
Was was Nene invited?
Nene was invited.
Was that the point of argument?
Huh?
Was that the point of argument? Whether she's being invited or allowed? Everyone, her cousins, her like 9,000 cousins.
It's yeah, so it's basically so the point of the argument is basically her family. It doesn't seem to fit the narrative of what the fiance's family are trying to push. So they had said you can have one family member, but they didn't. They kind of they conceded and allowed Nene be the one to be invited, but they don't want her there because they're
Oh yeah.
afraid that she'll just be
Oh
too
she
country.
she'll eat them.
Oh, eat them
She'll
alive.
she'll eat them. Um, and I take it that the fiance, Chad Bucksworth, is has
Third
yeah, the third, Esquire, um, Private Eye. He
PCP.
he fully agrees with his family. I think she's finding, is this been it? Is this the straw? They were like,
This is she's finally kind of opened her eyes to seeing that they're trying to mold her into someone that
yeah,
she wasn't to begin with. And unfortunately, she notices too late that she has kind of been put into this, she's been kind of put into a box,
yeah,
metaphorically speaking.
yeah.
And it was only that argument of basically saying, well, she'll probably be dead by the time the wedding comes. That type of kind of aggression in the whole thing that made her just kind of go, what the hell am I doing? To take off the ring, leave it on the counter, wait until Chad goes to the the tennis club, so to speak, and then she kind of grabs her backpack that is the only thing she thinks to grab and just walks out the door.
A backpack that has a very similar pink ribbon on it.
Little
Um,
Pokemon keyring of Psyduck.
Yeah, shiny version or
Original.
yeah. So Myra's fully connected with her family again, seemingly made a decision about what she will be doing when she returns. I'm not going to say home, but when she goes back to the city. Do you think she would have tried to contact her fiance? Or
No.
specifically, can you make then a success or failure roll? A failure meaning the fiance has not contacted her. A success meaning he has tried to contact her.
Well, it's a 20. He has tried to contact her.
Has Myra answered anything?
She's
Responded in any way?
ignoring him.
Left him on red.
Oh, yeah.
The final message she sees on the evening of the county fair is just a picture of the ring saying, "You seem to, I think you might have forgotten this. Don't worry, I'll bring it with me."
Oh, no. It was such a Hallmark movie.
So, knowing her fiance seemingly is on his way, that there's far more important things at hand, and that is the Tri County Area Pie Judging Competition, of which Nene and Myra Hopkins's famous rhubarb tart will be judged. Can you make a success or failure roll for me?
Oh, it's an 11.
That ribbon really, really was the difference maker. Where everyone else tried to fluff up with kale and yak's milk and all of these garish modern ideas of trying to perfect and bastardize pies, the most holiest of confections. Nene and Myra kept it simple and added just that little bit of personality with the bow bending upwards like a set of bunny ears, because they are Hopkins after all. Myra, standing on the stage, having won the Tri County Area Pie Judging Competition.
With a tart.
Yeah. She sees as the judge walks up and hands over the winner's sash. Beautiful pink sash. It just says Queen of Tarts. And he's a man of similar age to Nene. And he just kind of chuckles to himself and he goes, huh, rhubarb tart strikes again. And he kind of looks knowingly across to Nene standing at the stage. Kind of gives her a nod, and Nene kind of gives him a nod back, like, "Oh, you dirty dog. Nene. Oh, rhubarb tart. She went by another name before Myra was even a twinkle in her father's eye."
Ew.
Possibly another story for another day, the oranges of
Ew.
Nene.
We don't need to get into Nene's history.
But
I'm scared.
stepping,
I'm scared.
stepping off the stage, and you hear a slightly banjo driven version of We Are the Champions. Can you make a success or failure roll for me as Myra is stepping down off the stage?
Gee. The five. Myra's gonna fall.
Myra falls, but she's caught
Mhm.
very easily, seemingly now floating in absolute bliss as she sees a very strong forearm covered in a pink flannel design. And she looks up. Jensen, there, standing just above and looking down at her, and goes, "Now, I know you're not gonna go falling for me twice now. Come on, you owe me a dance." To the wisped away onto a barnyard dance floor to the most hickory smoked version of We Are the Champions. You see twirling and laughing and just every single moment is a sparkle and a whisper of this is where you belong. And right as Jensen acquiesces his very strong but careful embrace, Moira places her sash upon Jensen and takes her arm around it. And right as she pulls him in close, the barn doors crash open to the whirl and cacophony of a privately chartered helicopter. Her fiance now standing, glaring in the doorway. And can you,
Fiance. That's
yeah,
the least.
can you, well, as far as he knows, can you make an intensity check for me, please?
12.
He's embarrassed. A man of such upper crust having to sully himself in this podunk town. He walks sternly, brushing and bashing off other people. And he takes hold of Myra's arm in a slightly rougher manner than any polite gentleman would be happy to see. Can you make an intensity check for me, please?
Is a 10.
Very calmly and coolly, Jensen steps in between Myra and Chad. He's not a man to know Myra to be a damsel in distress, so he just turns and goes, "Do you want it or will I?" Would Myra allow Jensen to follow his actions through on his own, or would Myra like to take the course of action herself?
I think Moira would like to do it herself. She has a lot of built up resentment after this 3 days of being home.
Myra, being respectful of her home, excuse me, tri-state champion, tri-county champion here, she very calmly places her hand on Chad's, takes him by the wrist, and turns it ever so Chad. Yeah, a lot of time in the tennis club, seemingly not a lot of time playing tennis. That boy's got weak wrists. And she turns him and goes, Chad, dear, have you met Nene? Nene, seemingly out of fucking nowhere, has almost but teleported onto the dance floor and in her calmest, most welcoming way says, Oh, bless your heart. And she slips her hand past Myra's, still holding onto what we now know is a patented fucking wrist lock, and just leads Chad off the dance floor. And Jensen puts his hand on Myra's shoulder, going, You know, it would have been kinder just to hit him. And Jensen and Myra walk out of the barn. And while Chad tries to stand up, just as very carefully placed back down by Nene. And we know that, well, Chad's in for a fucking talking to. And Jensen and Myra walk out now and see a wide open country sky. They walk down, away from the barn, away from the party. Jensen taking off the sash and just hands it to Myra. And they place hand in hand. Jensen opens up his hand and he goes, So, was this yours? He's holding Myra's engagement ring in his hand. Really? Him? Will you be, will you be going back? Or do you think you might have a reason to stick around?
Wait, no. I gotta be stupid to go back. Like, let's call it spade a spade here. Okay, we don't be a bit stupid now to go back to the city. Uh, and in true Hallmark movie fashion, we're gonna stay at home. We're gonna stay in the backyards of nowhere country. We're gonna grow some crops, corn and
Yeah.
potatoes.
Maybe open up a cafe, a little bakery on the side.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Um, Chad, Chad seemingly apologetic, and nicer than he's ever really been. Myra was taken in by his obvious charm and, well, let's call it city good looks. And he apologizes to Myra. And in a real moment of actual kinship and friendship, what Myra says, "Look, I'm sorry. Look, I'll deal with my parents. You won't have to worry about us ever again. But let me do one thing." And he places a check in front of her and says, "That was going to be my wedding present to you. It's in blank check." And he goes, "Please take it. Fulfill your dream, and you'll never have to see me again." The same logo of Myra's job is there. Would Myra take the check? Would she fill it out? Would she take the money?
Oh. She has morals, standards. She has principles. She has her self-respect. She's gonna cry about it afterwards, but she's not gonna take the money.
Um, Would Moira have resigned from her job, fully detaching herself from the city life, or was she gonna is she gonna go back and forth for a while, just slowly transitioning back to her life here in
No,
Ireland?
she's gonna quit. So instead of what she thought was the fresh start she needed in the city was the mistake, and instead she's able to just pick up where she left off back home, going
Can
back to work in her mama's bakery.
can having removed herself from the city, I want to make sure that the city doesn't find its way to Myra. So can you make a success or failure roll for me?
Oh, it's an 11.
She has successfully removed herself, but she is in breach of contract. She's issued no notice, and on the first day, she finishes her first day of her bakery that she was able to just magically have because it's Hallmark.
It was her mother's bakery. She went
Yeah.
back to work in her mother's bakery.
Yeah. Just, you know, magic of Hallmark. It happens,
It was.
but a letter arrives addressed to Myra from her old job. And the letter reads, "You have failed to comply with the terms and conditions of your contract. A representative from Human Resources will be on their way to discuss your continued employment." She stares at the letter, turns over the open and close sign, pulls down the shutter. She's left the city. She's found herself. And now she needs to think of what a corporate entity could do to her hometown and what may and very much will be arriving. And with that, I would like to say thank you so much, Amy, for your wonderful story of love, redemption, and rhubarb tarts. Do you have anything you wish to remark upon as we bid ourselves adieu?
Oh, I made a mistake. I should have taken the money.
Thank you so much for being a part and joining us here. Everyone who has watched and listened, please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you would have done. Would you have taken the money? Would you have actually just full on French Jensen in the country moonlight? Please let us know. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.